I think it would be very dangerous. If you didn't have organisations like ARK, I think it would be very dangerous. You know, a lot more people would be on the streets, a lot more people would die. You know, winter's coming soon.
The ARK started in '91. There was a recognition that there was a homeless problem. Certainly, first of all, I would say they're more conscious of it in kind of Wallasey. Somebody died on the streets, I seem to remember.
I think we were on unknown territory. I don't think any of us really knew what we were dealing with, and it was very, very reactive. We could only just patch up people. There was a lot of injuries, but we were doing the best we could with what we had.
Basically, I've been homeless since I was 19. You don't think your mum's going to throw you out now, but it does come, doesn't it? You get to that age and you just think, trying to make it sort things out on your own.
How did that feel?
Oh, it was horrible.
Homelessness is loneliness, it's isolation, it's being disconnected from the community. It's quite an erosive and devastating experience, so what we need to do is to provide that kind of wraparound support.
Wirral Ark have never been afraid of trying new services. They've kind of looked around to develop new services, with being innovative in where they deliver stuff. So yeah, it's a good place to be.
We've kind of really developed and changed and adapted with the needs of homeless people. So on top of the hostel, we've added things like the day centre, which is really vital support for rough sleepers, place for them to go during the day, which really helps both the community and rough sleepers. We've added on our accommodation, so Hilltops, which is our move on accommodation. So what that does, it gives the final step before people live independently. 3 years ago, we went back to our night shelter roots, went out and made a call to the community. Volunteers, churches of all different denominations, all got involved again, and we delivered a night shelter. That was just down to the need that was there.
Wirral Ark responded very well to COVID. They really looked after and did as much as they could to protect the residents.
If the advice is to stay indoors, that has obvious problems for people who are homeless, particularly rough sleepers. So we worked alongside partners in a real emergency response in March last year to get thousands and thousands of people off the streets. So those people who are out on the streets, who have now been in hotel accommodation, what we're trying to do now is work with those people, get them into independent housing, build up those skills that they need to live an independent, stable life in the future.
I'll never forget when those two people come to pick me up in that van. I felt like crying, I felt like hugging them both, because I thought, you know what, although you don't realise it, you two just saved my life, and they did as well, and I could never thank them enough.
I'm constantly amazed by how much support the community gives to the Ark. Every evening there are deliveries of food, cakes and offers of help. The volunteers that come in and help with guitar making, boat making, everything. It's amazing, and I think the people of Wirral really do believe that the Ark is theirs and does belong to them.
They've sorted all my benefits out. You know, I'm moving on from here soon. This room does a lot, you know, of activities with Paul. You know, in the weekdays when you've got nothing to do, you can come down here, you know, do drawings, do activities, do like model things. I think this is the best hostel out of them all, to be honest.
We still need to support these people, because at the end of the day we're all human. Homelessness is always going to be here, so we need to have funding.
Places like this can save somebody's life. You know, homelessness it's rife, not just the Merseyside, but up and down the country. The tiniest gesture can make a massive difference to somebody's life.
What I'd like to say is thank you to the volunteers and supporters who've kept us going for 30 years. I'd like to encourage you to continue to support us for the next 30 years. We've been here in Wirral for so long now. There's still plenty for us to do, but we'd like to thank you for all the things you've done for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.